Welcome to APCUG's Wednesday workshop, where we get together in the middle of the week and we learn more about technology. Today, we're continuing talking a little bit about the Apple ecosystem, but we're mostly going to be talking about technology related to our health and keeping healthy. Our presenter today is Bill Crowe, who serves as a director for the Sarasota Technology Users Group. In addition, he's a classroom instructor and forum leader for Apple products. Bill teaches Intro to Computers, Windows, Excel, Word, and various iPhone and iPad courses for Sarasota Adult and Community Enrichment, the ACE group. He has taught computer-related classes in New Horizons, the Community College of Vermont, and St. Michael's College in Vermont. Bill's passion for teaching becomes apparent when you see him in the classroom. He's excited about helping others learn, and the students catch that excitement. His favorite expression is, "No learning takes place unless there is a transfer of knowledge." His students say that a lot of learning occurs in his classes. Bill Crowe has a Bachelor of Science in Mathematics education from the University of California in Pennsylvania. He worked for IBM for 34 years as a programmer, system analysis, and manager. He also has IBM certified coursework from George Washington University, Dartmouth University, Dale Carnegie, and Wynn Institute, to name a few. Today, he's going to, like I said, talk to us about some health technology. So, Bill, it's all yours.
Better unmute myself. Good morning. Good afternoon or morning, everyone. How are you? I hope you're all good today. I got my phone, my Apple phone, and my Apple iPad about 5 years ago. And when I got my Apple Watch, I discovered all the different things that those devices could do to help me with my health and even help me improve my health. And so I decided it'd be a good idea to put together a presentation and explain some of those features and some of the things I've discovered. And with that, I'd like to share my screen. Okay, I just need someone to say they can see.
That's
my
me to
main
tell you.
screen.
Looks good.
Does it? Thank you, sir. What I'd like to do today is cover emergency information that you should be providing on your devices. Find Me or Find My. The health application primarily on the Apple devices. And the activities application, other applications, other devices that you might want to use, such as, let's call it a scale, for example, a weight scale. I really believe it's important in each one of my classes that I teach, at some point I try to get this information across, that you set up your devices, whether it's an Android, especially your phones, whether it's an Android or an Apple product, you should be setting it up with your emergency information. And I'm just going to do a brief review of this and how you do that on each of the devices. And you could follow along and try it on your phones. But I'll be providing this presentation so you can look at these slides later. Okay. Open the Health app on your iPhone. Tap your picture in the top right-hand corner, then tap Medical ID. Right? Tap Get Started or Edit, and then enter your information. And the information they're asking for is your height, weight, allergies, medications, etc. And below you put in your contact information for people you'd like to be contacted in case there's an emergency. Okay, and that's all there is to it. Very similar process would happen on the Android phone, where on your phone, you'd open the safety app, right? You'd sign in to your app, your Google account, with your Google account, tap settings, add your emergency information, and for medical information, tap medical information. Okay. Now you have your phone with you and something happens. I had a friend who fell at her poolside. Fortunately, she broke her hip, could not get up. Fortunately, she had her phone with her and she was able to make an emergency phone call. How you would do that on your iPhone, first of all, you should set it up, right? Go to settings on your phone, tap emergency SOS, and then turn on call with 5 presses. So on my phone, if I press the power button 5 times, I'm going to get to the emergency information. To use it, you press 5 times, right? Then drag the emergency slider, SOS slider, and you'll be contacted with the emergency folks. I did that one day in one of my classes, and what happened was they picked up, right? I slid it, it rang once and I turned it off. They called me back. And I had to convince the emergency people I was not under some kind of duress, somebody holding a gun or knife to my throat. I had to convince them that I was okay and I was just demoing it in a class. So they're pretty thorough, right? On an Android, to set it up, you open the settings, app, emergency SOS, then you turn the SOS on, and to use it, guess what? You press the power button on your device 5 times. A 5-second counter begins before emergency action is started. So it gives you 5 seconds to turn it off. After that, they will call emergency services. If you're working with your phones, be sure you set that up. To access your emergency information to see what you've got on your smartphone, on an Apple, you go to the lock screen and then tap emergency. Then tap medical ID or dial 911 to make an emergency call. Now all the emergency information along with your emergency contacts will be in front of you. And you should check that from time to time. Sometimes your emergency contacts may change and you want to make sure they're all up to date. On an Android, you go to the phone lock screen and sweep to unlock. Now tap emergency call just below the pattern pink keyboard, pin and keyboard. Tap view emergency info to open emergency information, and right there, or dial 111 for emergency call. And again, all your information is there. Be sure it's up to date. Now, if we move on, one of the things you might want to be able to set up on your phones and have significant others, oftentimes our children or grandchildren may want us to set this up, where they know where our phone is all the time, and hopefully we're with our phone. So if something happens to us and we're unconscious, they can use the app on their phone to find you. To set that up, Find My on your iPhone, iPad, iPod Touch, or Mac. You go to the Settings app, tap your name, and then tap Find My. And if you want friends and family to know where you are, you turn on to Share Your Locations, and then tap Find My Device, then turn on Find My. You will see your device even when it's offline. And then turn on Find My Network. To use it, go to the iCloud.com on any computer in the world. type in your Apple ID and password, and then open the Find My application, and it will show you where not only your phone is, it will show you where your earbuds are, where your iPad is. I'm not so sure about the Mac, but at least those two. Set up Find My on the Android. You open your device settings app, tap security, find my device. If you can't find security, tap security and location or Google security. Check if Find My device is turned on. If it is, you're good. If it's not, turn it on. And then you go to any computer in the world, type in google.com/Android, sign into your account, and use the Find My device application. Okay. Let's switch gears a little bit, and now let's talk about some of the applications that are available out there for us. And I'm going to be focusing primarily on Apple devices for a short time here. Apple has an app on all your devices if you haven't removed it. And I'm not sure if it's removable or not. Yeah, it is. So you may have to reload it on your device if you've removed it. The Apple app looks like that icon there, okay? The health app on your device, I'll call it the hub of all your health activities. And it collects the information from not only Apple apps, but other fitness apps you may have added to your device. You can track your steps, speed, distance, and sleep cycles. You can also help you find your Apple Watch. It also helps you if you have an Apple Watch. I'm sorry. If you have an Apple Watch, it will monitor your steps, standing, and exercise, right? Your heart rate, your blood oxygen level, your ECG. And it interfaces with many other apps, some of which are Under Armour, Weight Watchers, Nike, MyFitnessPal, Map My Walk, etc. What the app actually looks like, if you open it up, it comes up with a summary page. And you can scroll up and down on this page to see the different things it's tracking. You know, if you tap Edit to select the data you want to track. And here's all the data that I have on mine right now. The stars indicate what data I'm tracking. I don't do cycling, so I'm not interested in saving that information, right? It monitors my steps, for example, right? If you deep dive into the summary data by tapping on one of the features, you'll get days, weeks, months, years of information summarized for you as you're collecting the data. And now I've clicked the little heart there at the bottom, and that's where I am right now. All right, open the health app and set up your profile. So if you open the health app, tap Edit and Healthy Details to see your details. So it says Health Details at the top there, and here's my information. Right? Open the health app and set up emergency medical ID. So here's where you would fill in the emergency medical information. From your profile, tap Medical ID to set up your medical information. There's a tab on there at the bottom. See it here down at the bottom? Where you can share the information. You can share it with your friends, your doctors, etc., right? Or your family members. Okay, so if we browse through something here, I look at activity, and here's active energy, and that's what I'm doing today. And here's the active energy for the week. And it's actually showing me the calories I've burned or not burned. Okay. All right. Now, what are some health applications that are available to you? On your iPhones, iPads, you have one called Activities. We'll talk a little more about it. You have heart rate. It monitors your heart rate if you have a watch, Apple Watch. ECG, again, if you have a watch. Blood oxygen level, if you have a watch. Your fitness and other health applications. The activity app for Apple Watch and iPhone, right? The app tracks how often you stand, how much you move, and how many minutes you exercise. So moving is just walking around. Exercise is you're getting your heartbeat up to some degree. They use 3 rings in different colors to summarize your progress. The goal is to sit less, move more, and get some exercise by completing each of the rings every day. So this is kind of like a monitoring app for what you're doing. The fitness app on your iPhone keeps a record of the activity. If you're tracking at least 6 months of activity, it displays daily trends for activities, calories, exercise minutes, standing hours, minutes, walking distance, cardio fitness, walking pace, and more. In the fitness app on the phone, tap summary and then scroll to the trends that you got. So if I go to my phone here and I tap the activity app, right? And up pops the summary. And here's the little circles we talked about and how you're doing in each one of those activities during the day. These guys right here. Red is movement, green is exercise, and blue is standing. When I first started using it, what's the difference between movement and exercise and standing? Well, movement is the move ring shows you how many active calories you've burned so far. Complete the daily move goal by burning active calories every day. Inactive calories, unlike resting, are ones that you burn by standing and moving around. The exercise ring shows how many minutes of brisk activity you've completed. Complete your daily exercise goal by exercising at least 30 minutes a day. Now you can change your goals so those circles would fill in slower or faster depending on what your goal is. And last but standing. The standing ring shows hours in which you stood and moved at least for a minute. Complete your daily stand goal by standing up and moving around at least 1 minute during the 12 different hours of the day. Even if you stand all day, you still need to move around to earn credit for standing. I teach classes, as they mentioned earlier, and many of my classes are 2 hours long. And I'll be into the class about an hour, and 3 or 4 of my students get up and start walking around behind their chair. And I realize that they're using the app because it does remind you, send you a message or a notification, hey, it's time to stand up. If you specify that you are in a wheelchair, by the way, the standing ring switches to rolling ring. Roll shows hours in which you've pushed around for at least a minute. The activity app for the Apple Watch and the phone, right? To get started with it, when you set up the Apple Watch, you're asked if you would like to configure your activity app. If you choose not to, you can set it up later when you open the activity app for the first time. Open the app, Sweep left to read the move, exercise, and stand descriptions, and then tap to get started. Use the digital crown to provide your sex, age, height, weight, and whether you're in a wheelchair or not. Choose the activity level and start moving. Here's what one looks like. Hopefully that's partway through my day. Hopefully that's 9 in the morning and not 9 in the evening or 10 in the evening. Check your progress as often as you wish by opening the app on the Apple Watch at any time to see how you're doing. It displays the 3 rings. The red movement ring shows how any activity calories you burned. The green one, how many minutes you had brisk activity. And the blue one is your standing time. You can see a summary of your month's activities. Yeah, I even made it a few days here. Active week. You can check your progress for a day on your Apple Watch or check the entire history from your fitness app on the Apple phone. Open the fitness app on your phone, tap activity in the summary tab, and see the details that you see in this picture. Tap the calendar and see your progress. On your Apple Watch, they have an ECG measurement, right? Open the application on your Apple Watch. Lightly hold the crown and the opposite side of the phone or watch with your finger or thumb, depending on which wrist you're wearing it and where the crown is. But your finger should be on one side and thumb on the other, with the side with the crown on it has your finger or thumb on it. And watch it work. Be still for about 30 seconds. It does not find signs of a heart attack. It does, however, say if you show signs of arterial fibrillation. Blood oxygen levels on the newer iWatches, Apple Watches. Data is collected on your watch on demand or automatically by opening the blood oxygen application. It takes about 15 seconds to show you the results. It is sent to your phone health app and you can daily track the trends. Heart rate is another app that's on your Apple Watch, right? You can check your heart rate anytime using your heart rate app. Open the app, then wait for the Apple Watch to measure your heart rate. You can also view your resting, walking, breathing, workout, and recovery rates throughout the day. To easily open the app, add the heart rate complication to your watch face. For those of you who don't know what a complication is, on each one of the watch faces, there are little icons you can place there that open particular applications or provide you data from particular applications. So if you add the heart rate one and just tap it on your watch, it will bring up the heart rate app. You can also turn on a heart rate notification so that if your heart rate exceeds a certain point, above or below certain points, it will check and send you a notification. It occasionally also checks for irregular heart rhythm. Fall and crash detection. With most of the older iWatches, you did have, that's the Apple Watch SE through the Apple Watch 4 and later, detects if you have a hard fall while you're wearing your watch. It taps your wrist, makes a small sound, the alarm, and displays an alert. You can choose to contact emergency service or dismiss it by pressing the digital crown. I know I've been working in the garage and I hit something hard with a hammer or my wrist and it goes off. It actually says, hey, I think you might have fallen. And I actually have to turn it off so it doesn't call 911. If you have a Watch Series 8 or Apple Watch SE second generation, they detect a car crash. And it can help connect you with emergency service and notify your emergency contacts. When your Apple Watch detects a severe car crash, it will display an alert and automatically initiate an emergency call after 20 seconds unless you cancel it. If you are unresponsive, it will play an audio message for the emergency services, which informs them that you've been in a severe car crash and gives them the longitude and latitude coordinates with the approximate search radius. Okay. There are a multitude of other applications. I did a search and said, what's the best medical applications for your Apple device currently out there? And what I'd like to do is cover some of those with you. They may be redundant with what I've already talked about. But let's see, especially for older adults, for iOS and Androids, these should be on both devices, right? Map My Walk, Yoga Studio, Silver Sneakers Go, C25K, it's a 5K trainer if you're going to consider taking a 5K race of some kind. Johnson & Johnson's official 7-minute workout, 7-minute Tai Chi, or it says Chi, but it's Tai Chi, and MyFitnessPal. So if I talk about each one of those for a minute or so, we have Map My Walk, and I've marked these as free. They may have been free when I got them. They may have changed it. They may have had a one of those. It's free, but limited functionality. If you want to do more with it, they're gonna ask for a payment. So it's from Under Armour. It's Map My Walk. Walking is a fantastic low-impact activity you can do every day to stay healthy. And this app makes it easy to stay on track. You can set your personal goals, log your walks, save your favorite routes, and even find new places to walk nearby. The app also offers audio feedback designed to help you improve every time you head out the door. Can you do it a little faster? Would you like to go a little further? Right? Don't let the name fool you. Beyond walking, you can track more than 600 sports. And I'll bet you're going to pay a little extra for that capability, including cycling, hiking, swimming, yoga, and even your go-to exercise classes. Okay, Yoga Studio. And I picked this one because I've tried yoga and it's got to be for beginners, for me at least. Okay, and again, it's a free trial, so it'll show you some of the moves. If you want to get more exotic, and I'll explain some of that a little bit here. Slow down with Yoga Studio library of more than 100 ready-made yoga videos and meditations. You can search for classes based on durations, 5 to 60 minutes, ability, beginning to advanced, focused, focuses such as balance, strength, relaxation, and intensify from low to high or intensity. Or you can build your own class from a library of 280 poses, complete with detailed instructions for each. You can download videos to get your yoga fix anytime. After downloading, you can view the video without internet access. And if you see a class on your calendar, motivates you, if you see a class on your calendar, if that motivates you, the app's scheduling feature will be your best friend. There's one called Silver Sneakers Go. Many of you may have heard about that. Again, May have been free when I got it. It may be costly right now. I'm not sure. Okay. Finally, a fitness app designed for you in mind. Most of us are probably over 50. Silver Sneakers Go offers 4 to 12 week strength walking and flexibility and mobility programs that can be tailored to your fitness level. With each program, you'll have access to easy to follow exercises, demonstrations, and tips to modify any movement to fit your comfort level, perhaps your limitations, and the equipment you need. For working out with friends, the app will help you find nearby fitness locations and classes. Plus, activity tracking helps you keep tabs on your weekly, monthly progress, while mobile reminders ensure you never miss a workout. If you wonder what C25K stands for, it's Coach to 25. I'm sorry, Coach to 5. Okay. And it's a 5K race. Each easy into jogging to ignite your competitive spirit with the app designed for beginners. C25K will guide you from inexperienced to 5K runner in 8 weeks. You'll start out walking more than jogging and gradually progress until most of your session is spent jogging. Just press the start, let the audio coach guide you through the series of walking and jogging intervals for 30 minutes per day, 3 days a week. You may want to register for a 5K race if you're interested in that, so you're not tempted to skip a session. And Johnson & Johnson has an official app called 7-Minute Workout. Right, the Johnson & Johnson app makes starting up a regular workout routine a breeze. All you need is 7 minutes, a wall, a chair, and to get your effective strength and cardio workout. Right, a video demonstration and audio cues make it easy to follow along with the app, while the app allows you to indicate your like and dislike of exercises like jumping jacks, squats, lunges, wall sits, and more. Stick with the original 7 minutes workout. Pick from 21 of the ready-made routines or utilize the custom workout feature as your fitness improves. Look for the beginner-friendly workout. Check out the first timers, which features modified exercises like marching in place, chair-assisted squats, and kneeling push-ups. I tried this one out, the 7-minute, not too long ago, the 7-minute chi. I kind of liked it. I've done Tai Chi in the past, and I liked it, right? So this is a introduction to that, if you will. Often described as a meditation in motion, Tai Chi is an effective exercise for gently improving strength and balance, flexibility, and range of motion. It's especially beneficial for older adults with joint stiffness or who want to help prevent falls. And this app makes it easy to squeeze a quick daily session. Even if you're totally new to the practice, you will have no trouble following along with Master Lee's guide. You thought through a series of exercises. Audio prompts help you sync your breathing with your movements and let you know what comes next so you can focus on your practice, not watching the clock. And lastly, MyFitnessPal, similar to other exercise focus app, MyFitnessPal lets you log workouts, choose from more than 350 exercises, track steps, and set daily movement goals. What really sets this app apart is the nutrition and calorie tracking component. The applications database has more than 6 million foods makes it easy to monitor your diet no matter what you eat. Whether you're trying to lose weight or put on muscle, the app helps you determine the best things to eat to meet your goal. Even if you made something from scratch, you can input the recipe and the app will estimate the nutritional information. There are some other apps you can get that aren't necessarily focused in on workout, that have to do with your medical health. One is called GoodRx. It's for buying prescription drugs. Another one is Cost Plus Drugs. It's a website you go to for inexpensive or less expensive drugs. Snore Lab, I'll talk about that when we get to WebMD, Headspace, or some of the other apps that are available to us. Let me talk about them each for a little bit. GoodRx, right? GoodRx is a solution to convenient and affordable medications. Find discounts up to 80% on prescriptions and save money on what matters. The idea is the app tells you the cost of drugs at various pharmacies around your community. You go to your pharmacist, you show it to them, and most of the time they will provide you that same price. It's a free medical coupon app that helps millions of Americans save money on pills, prescription drugs, and medical costs. Your coupon finder helps you find the best prices on affordable prescriptions, medications, and drugs you can't find on any other medical app. GoodRx is a medication app where pharmacies, discounts, and medicines and pill reminder, along with medicine tracking and more. Here's what the actual app looks like when you first open it. For example, the drug they were looking for, and here's what it was on Good Cold. Here it is at different places. Look at the difference in price, right? At Walmart, it's $15. At Ralph's, it's $6. So you can save a lot of money using this app. CostPlusDrugs.com, and no middleman, no drugstore in between you, no price games, huge drug savings. The company is owned by Mark Cuban, and you've probably heard of him. He's on Shark Tank. How it works is you find your medication on the app, ask your doctor to send our pharmacy or their pharmacy, right? The Cost Drug Plus Pharmacy partner your prescription. You receive your medications. You may laugh at this one, Snore Lab. Went to the doctor the other day and I said, "Hey doc, my wife tells me I have a snoring problem." And he said to me, "What's it sound like?" I said, "Well, how would I know what it sounds like?" Snore Lab records, measures, and tracks your snoring and helps you discover the effective ways to reduce it, right? The app is very easy to use, simple to set up. You set it up next to your bed whilst you sleep. In the morning, you will discover your snore score. It's pretty good, snore score. Exactly when and how loudly you snore, and listen to some of the highlights, right? Lets you log and track the lifestyle factors and any snore reminders so that you can see how they impact your snoring. And so when I went to the doctor the next time, I had the recording, right? And it's also good for seeing sleep apnea disorders, for finding them, right? Here's what it looks like, the different screens. Here's my storing. Here's my recording. Okay. WebMD, right? This is the one healthcare app you need to check symptoms, set medication reminders, get daily allergy alerts, learn about conditions and drugs, research treatments and diagnoses, find doctors and specialists in your area, and save on prescriptions at your local pharmacy. Kind of like an all-in-one application, right? Check your symptoms as you, where in the body do you hurt, kind of thing. Tracking your symptoms, medical reminders, and coupons. Again, not too far separate from what GoodRx is. Okay. Headspace. Headspace is a meditation app. Stress less, sleep soundly, and get happier. Headspace is everyday mindfulness and meditation, so you can make mindfulness a daily habit and be kind to your mind. Learn how to relax, manage stress, find your focus, and release tension in both your mind and body. You get guided meditation courses and mindfulness exercises on subjects like stress, general anxiety, worry, building resilience, I think that's supposed to be, and more topics from any moment. Learn mindfulness and choose from hundreds of meditations led by world-class experts from all walks of life. Form guided meditations to soothe and breath work, get personalized recommendations daily based on what you like and how you're feeling. Try short 3-minute mindfulness meditation sessions that fit you seamlessly into a busy schedule, or choose longer meditations for any time of day. Meditate with friends and join live group meditations with members from around the world. Listen to soothing stories, calming sounds, and sleep music to create the conditions of restful slumber. So if you're having sleeping difficulty, you might want to try this one out. Okay, again, these are some of the screenshots from the application. I'd like to culminate this presentation with a little thing on medical devices. And my criteria for selecting these devices were they all have to be able to be Bluetooth or Wi-Fi connected to a smartphone, so it can gather the data, right? And I'll just run down a short list here. We can get scales. We can get blood pressure cuffs, blood oxygen saturation. We can get first alert, right? Tracker applications, hearing aids, diabetic trackers, EKGs, sensors, a toothbrush, believe it or not, and even a urine analysis. So I'll spend a minute on each one of those. For example, a smart scale costs around $30. You set it up, you open the app on your phone that they tell you to get, you step on the scale and the phone automatically connects to it and gathers the information. And from your weight, height, age, they can pretty well target how much body fat, your metabolic age, your body mass index, right? Your fat-free weight, etc. right? There's a blood pressure cup for 84 bucks out there. Cardio arm, wireless blood pressure monitor, right? Easy to use, smart upper arm cuff, app enabled for iOS and Android, Apple Watch, and it's FSA, HSA eligible. $84, right? Another blood pressure monitor, $129 on Amazon, quick and fast to read results with color-coded feedback on display case, right? One of the most accurate blood pressure monitors. It's Y-type, Wi-Fi M Bluetooth enabled. The blood pressure monitor for the arm automatically syncs data wirelessly to the HealthMate app. Easier than the manual blood pressure cup. Long-lasting rechargeable battery, and it will automatically ship the data to your doctor if you choose to do so. Blood oxygen level. Every time you go to a doctor now, they want your blood oxygen level. Well, there's an app for that, along with a device. All right. Built into the new Apple Watches is a blood oxygen level monitor, right? And also there's a little oxygen fingertip, right? That measures your blood saturation, oxygen saturation, right? And it's a free app, but you have to pay $36 for the little device here. Okay. Medical alert buttons. Many people, instead of relying on their watch or their smartphone, want to get a medical alert button. The best of 2022 medical alert buttons are as follows. They're from either Mobile Help, Medical Guardian, ADT, One Call Alert, Life Alert, and Life Phone. Right? They all provide different packages, anything from those that only work in your home through your landline or with cell phone interface. They're Wi-Fi, they could be Wi-Fi connected, and on the go, they might offer one that you can wear around your neck when you're not at home. It's a very competitive market. If you need one or would like to get one of those, you ought to check out one of these. These were the 6 highest rated ones that I located for 2022. Cellular enabled device trackers. Apple and Google have a Find My application that knows where your smartphone or Apple Watch are, and you can share that information with others, right? There are hearing aids. Most of today's hearing aids are technology connected, right? Most hearing aids now come with an application that you can add to your smartphone that allows you to control the features of your hearing aid. Glucose monitors. My criteria here for choosing them was those that are connected, can be connected to a smartphone. Contour, next one. Freestyle, Dexcom, Eversense, Guardian Connect, and Rite Aid, and Walgreens. And Rite Aid True Max and Walgreens True Max. Okay. Best overall, and this is how they rated them, best overall for new users was the Contour. $29. For the test strips were $29. It's proven accurate within 8%, fast and easy to read results, affordable under $20, connects to an app for easy diabetes monitoring. The cons are Some reviewers say the test strips were expensive compared to other brands. The best for blood-free readings. These are the ones that you don't need to take a blood sample. Pros are continuous monitoring, no finger sticks. Helpful if you test multiple times throughout the day. The cons are may not provide the most consistent readings. And it's a patch that goes on your skin, and it may irritate your skin. The most accurate was the Dexcom, and the most pricey. Pros, consistent, accurate readings, reading every 5 minutes, works with an insulin pump, sends data to your smartphone. The cons are, must change the sensor frequently. Longest lasting, it's an implant. Eversense, go up to 3 months without changing the sensor. It takes a reading every 5 minutes. Discrete vibration alerts on your device. It's an implant, connects to your smartphone. Cons are, sensor change requires a doctor's appointment. Inaccurate alerts may expose when exposed to direct sunlight. The best detailed glucose data is Guardian. Shows blood sugar range patterns throughout each day, gives a reading every 5 minutes, connects to a smartphone, patch sensor. Cons, need to change sensor frequently and not available for children under 14. And it's relatively expensive. I didn't get the cost on that one. Now, if we change gears now, and we look at EKG. Remember, the Apple Watch can do your EKG. You don't happen to have an Apple Watch, you can get one, an EKG sensor. Some of us may have seen this advertised on TV, right? Many smartwatches now have ECG built in. They have a disclaimer, cannot check signs for heart attack. Here's the Cardio Model 1, personal EKG monitor, records EKG at home, right? Detects AFib and irregular arrhythmias. Instant results in 30 seconds, easy to use, works with most smartphones. They do have a toothbrush out there, everybody. The Oral-B comes with the Oral-B 5000, costs $100. Super clean and 100% healthy gums versus regular manual brushing. Bluetooth communication provides real-time feedback on your tooth and your brushing habits. I bet it gives you notifications if you don't brush them frequently enough. 3D cleaning action, etc., rotates, pulsates to break up plaque and remove more plaque along the gum lines than regular manual toothbrush. Okay, and the coup de grace is a pee tester, right? Urine contains biomarkers that can reveal a lot of information about your nutrition, menstrual cycle, or overall health. A little sensor pack slides right under your toilet seat to catch a sample of your pee every time you go to the bathroom. Measurements are analyzed and then sent directly to your phone for deeper medical insight. You can use the information to monitor your health in real time, track abnormalities, and make changes and improve future results. And do I have any questions? I will stop sharing. The P thing was put on at the CES, Consumer Electronics Show this year. That's where I picked that one up.
Oh, Bill, thank you for that thorough presentation. I love the toothbrush. I don't know whether I want my toothbrush talking to me. and the P sensor is a hoot. It's one of the things. Was it in the future that place at
No,
CES?
I think you
It's an
can, I think
established
you can
thing.
get that. I think you can get that now, but I'm not sure. I'm not sure.
Anyway, does the activity app require a paid subscription?
No,
All
the
free.
activity app itself, no,
Okay,
it doesn't.
thank you. And inquiring minds would like to know what was the result of using the Snore app.
I didn't have to go that far, but it does work. It does
Good.
record.
And it could say you don't, you know, at 2 o'clock, you're sleeping on your back and you really need to turn over on your side. Would it get that detailed?
I imagine they could have that, and you put on your watch and it shocks you, you know? Wake up.
That's what a spouse
Anyway,
does. Whap.
Yep. Thank you.
No, I have a wife that does that. That's right.
Oh, okay. Then, hey, you've got it ace then. All righty, Pierre, you have a question.
Yes, I have 3 comments and 1 question. Back to the previous presentation, there was a young lady that talks about her 2011 MacBook Pro. So the original OS on that was Mac OS X 10.6.7, which is a museum piece. Even if she had upgraded the Mac, she would have come to High Sierra, which is 10.13.6. And that's gone from the Apple App Store because it's already 6 years old. So there's no way to download it anymore. But in any case, it's too old a computer and it's too dangerous to continue using, particularly if you go on the internet to do anything. So I highly, highly, highly recommend a new computer. There was a comment back to the current presentation on health. There was a question mark from Bill about iCloud being able to find your Mac. Yes, it can. You can even find it if you're sharing that information with others. They can find it on their iPhone or iPad.
Mm-hmm.
Well, just a comment there is that because the Mac uses Wi-Fi to determine where it is?
No, it could be Ethernet attached. I mean, cable attached, and it's based on the IP address.
Okay.
The external
Right.
IP address.
Yep.
Okay. About the Apple Watch, and by the way, iWatch, the reason Apple did not call it an iWatch is because the name was already taken and copyrighted. I'm sure they were pissed about that when they found that. But anyway, the stand function does not mean standing and moving. Let me explain what I mean by that. The moving is not required. All you have to do is stand. However, and I complained to Apple about that, the way the standing is detected is based on the orientation of your arm, which of course means the orientation of your watch. Your arm has to be basically vertical, pointing down. If you're standing and you're holding something in your hands and you're walking around, you can walk around and be standing all you want. Your watch will not detect that you are standing. Why? Because your arm is not down.
So you have to march, swinging your arm.
Well, the way I discovered this is that I discovered that I was at 10 minutes before the hour, your watch tells you that you have not been standing up. Okay. And I was in the kitchen going back and forth between the oven and the sink and the counter and whatever. And after 5 minutes of that, it still hadn't told me that I had done my minute. So I knew that it was not detecting it because my arm was not down. The flip side of that is that on another day, I got the reminder 10 minutes before the hour, and I was sitting in a chair with my arms down. And I didn't want to get up because I was watching a movie or something, I forget. And a minute later, I got the beep telling me that I did it.
You
So
can sit
that's how I
down.
discovered that pointing your arm down, even if you're sitting down, it will detect that you're standing. So I complained to Apple. I sent them feedback. That was a year ago. And I said, it's ridiculous that you can't detect that I'm walking because you can count my steps. But if I'm holding something in my hand while I'm walking, you're not counting it as standing. That's ridiculous. Okay. They haven't fixed it. Okay, now for my own question. And by the way, great presentation. I learned a ton, even though I thought I knew, but I learned a ton. So here's my question. You mentioned that it can automatically send your coordinates when something happens. If you're still conscious, but you want to send your GPS coordinate to somebody, is there a way to do this?
Well,
With your
you
phone or with
probably
your
do it-
watch or whatever?
Yeah, probably not. Just don't answer the phone when they call you or they try to contact you, I guess would be one. I would think they would know.
Yeah, there's got to be a way to send your GPS coordinates to someone in a text message.
No, I
whatever.
think when you make the phone connection, somehow they're able to tell. And I'm not sure. I'm not sure.
Okay.
But that's a good question.
Okay. I'm done. Thank you.
Uh-huh. Judy, who's next?
It's Kurt's turn.
You hit on one of my hot buttons with the Good RX app, which I recommend.
Uh-oh.
Okay, but
You do
yes.
recommend.
I do.
Okay.
Let me share a trick of mine to cut down prescription costs. Okay.
Please do.
Okay. First off, I'm a member of Costco, but the Costco pharmacy does not require that you be a member to use it, at least in the state of Minnesota.
Mhm.
If you are not
Okay.
a member, you may not get the same prices that a member gets, but they'll still be pretty good. Okay. Couple of things annoy me. One of them is refilling prescriptions. Another is refilling relatively inexpensive prescriptions. Okay. And there are a number of drugs that I take that are maintenance drugs that are not terribly expensive. Okay. If I use my insurance plan, they might cost me somewhere between $15 and $20 every quarter. What I have found is, okay, for a number of drugs, if I call Costco and I price out the drug for 365 tablets, okay, I believe that, or 365 days, and I believe that's the longest that a prescription can be written for. Although I've stretched that a couple of times. You have your
Okay.
doctor send one prescription, in my case to Costco, for a year's supply. I've had cases where a 1 month supply might cost $24 and a year's supply costs $36. Do the math. Okay. There's a couple of great advantages to this program, to doing this. You save money to start with. You only have to do it once a year.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. A catch along with this. I take one drug. You see it advertised on TV. It's very expensive and it's also very effective. Okay. There is no generic alternative. If you want to know what it is, it's Jardiance. There are a couple of drugs in this class and they're all ridiculously expensive. Okay. When I refill that prescription the first time in a calendar year, okay, I will, if I have not met my drug deductible for the year, they charge me the deductible price or whatever it takes to get up to my deductible. In my case, it's $250. And then they tack on to it what it would cost me
Ooh,
for the quarter. Okay, which means I get, instead of paying about $150 for it, I get this, if I didn't have anything else to go against the deductible, I'd get to pay $400 for that first prescription.
hmm.
So if you can, and you're paying for drugs from your designated pharmacy, and that's not Costco in this case. Play a little game. If you can, save up prescriptions that are less than terribly expensive to refill the beginning of the year before your first required prescription of that super expensive drug. You can save yourself a couple $100 that way.
Sure.
Thank you.
Has anybody out there used the Mark Cuban, whatever we called it there? I was just wondering how it worked totally. Okay.
Jack, you're on.
My question is more the free-for-all thing, not specifically for this particular session. So, I mean, it's a general question for dealing with printers. So do I need to hold off or ask
Yep.
now? Okay, so pass to the next person.
Joanne,
Unmute yourself, Joanne.
You've got that phone call?
I do.
Okay, no. I'm leaving. I'm going over to Walmart. It's a phone call.
Got to unmute yourselves, Joanne.
Joanne, you need to unmute yourself. Ding. Lower left-hand corner. Thank you.
So sorry. I was trying to do it with the space bar. It doesn't work. Okay. Great presentations. And
Thank
I'd
you.
like to know what that Tai Chi free app on the phone was.
Yeah, let me pull it up again.
Thank you.
And Jack Baum, will you please put your question in the chat box? John will open it up again. And send it to me.
It's called 7-Minute Chi, C-H-I,
Thank you.
and it has a little paper origami bird as the icon.
Oh, great. I got the Johnson & Johnson one. Thank you so much.
All right, dear. Good luck. You'll like the Tai Chi.
I
You'll like
will.
it.
And as a reminder, everybody who has their name where we can match it to email, you will get all of these presentations in your mailbox in a few days as follow-up material. So you'll have everything that was shared today.
Bill Ginsberg, it's your turn.
Okay. Can you hear me?
Sure can.
Okay, I have a new iWatch. On my old iWatch, it would count how many stairs I had climbed. On the new watch, in the beginning, I would get 10 flights up and down, and it would count as one. Now I can't even find it. Any ideas how to make it work? I live in a
Your
house
watch
with
has-
stairs, and it's a good thing for me to know. I've done,
Yeah.
20, 30 a day.
Your watch has an automatically built-in, knows its altitude
Yep.
when you go up and down. So that's how it's knowing you're going up and down stairs. Are you
But it
swinging
doesn't
your
work.
arm?
Doesn't
When
work.
you do it? Huh?
It doesn't work.
Doesn't
That's
work.
what it used to work, but no longer.
On
Now
the-
I can't even get anything.
On the
done.
on the old watch or the new watch? It used to
On
work.
the old watch, it worked reasonably well. On the new watch, fancy new upgrade, expensive, doesn't work.
I would have to do some research on that. I'm not sure why it's not working for you.
When
He
I went,
Need to do updates on his watch.
That could be.
I do
That could
update
be.
the watch quite regularly. When I went into the Apple store, they
Yeah.
had no idea, and they said, "Oh, this thing doesn't work."
Oh, really?
I would recommend you call Apple support, not go to the Apple store,
Oh,
but
good
call
idea.
Apple support.
That's
Yeah,
an
good.
excellent idea. They've always been very good.
Yes,
Yeah.
they are.
Thanks.
Oh, I'm sorry I couldn't help you.
But
But I will
but
do some
somebody
research
did.
because I should know that.
Yes, somebody did. That's what this is all about, users helping users. Thank you to both Bills for their great presentations. Appreciate both of you doing that. And John Kennedy, walk us off.
You know, and I can even say, Bill, that was terrific. Yeah, it's like when the spring football teams play each other, we know the team's going to win. Thank everybody for their attendance today. I thank Judy for handling the questions and for all of you, because if you weren't here, we would have no reason to be here.